Hello all, welcome back to the channel The Trading Game. So you saw my video yesterday wherein I talked about the right way or procedure of doing intraday trading. In that I mentioned one of the points, as you can see here, the second point wherein I mentioned about creating your own watch list or the stock screener. And also I mentioned that I will be creating a video in elaborating that, and hence today we'll be seeing the same thing here, how to create your own watch list and stock screener. Believe me, this video is going to be a kind of lengthy one, but it will definitely help you a lot. You will be the master of yourself in creating the watch list and the stock screener, whatever you want, and it will be available at your fingertip. So go through the full video and Viril, I will be explaining the different ways of doing it and what are the strategies, what we can do. So everything I will be covering in this video. And if you haven't watched yesterday's video about this procedure of doing intraday trading, I will be giving the description in the link in the description below, so you can watch it later. Okay, so as you can see this video is about creating your own watch list or stock screener with live prices, and yes, it is totally free and it's a very simple way. No complex things here. It is all a very simple things. Okay, so the let's see the uses of why it helps us and how we can benefit out of it. The users are the stock prices will automatically updated, so there is no need for you to do any manual stuff. Then the stock prices will keep on getting updated automatically, and there is no limitation on the number of stocks whatever you add to the list. So you can add n number of stocks. And the third one is you can create any strategy out of it. So if you see like the terminal given by the broker, we won't be having any place wherein we can formulate our own strategy, but through this we can formulate the strategy and can take a calls depending on the strategy if that passes. And the best thing is no need to be in front of the computer all the time tracking your stocks. So many times what happens is we'll be in front of computer just to see that what's going on with our trades. As I mentioned, through this scanner we'll be having our own strategies, and that strategies will guide us, and hence there will be like no real need of sitting us in front of the computer. And the best part about this thing is you can access the data from any system or mobile which you will be having an internet connection. So no need of you for you to just look from your computer itself or your mobile itself. You can in any other computer you can just log into your Google Drive and with a Google account, and you can access the data. Okay. Then the best part, more than anything, is you can share the data with all your friends with just one click. Yes, it is true. Like you can not only you can create a strategy for yourself, and you can, but you can also share it with your friends. Now, before going to the creation of this stock screener, I will just show you the one which I have already created and how exactly it works. So you can see this. These are all the stocks starting from ACC, Adani Ports, Ajanta Pharma, whatnot. So there are like a number of stocks which I have included here. As I mentioned yesterday's in yesterday's video that ideally 20 to 30 stocks only you should watch out for. So similarly, I'm having my list here, the best liquid stocks, and you can see here I am having LTP. LTP is nothing but the last traded price, which will be your current price of the stock. And VWAP is it is one of the technical indicators. It is also called as ATP. I'm having that particular thing here, and the open of the stock, at what price it got opened, and what is the high it has done for the day and the low done for the day, and this is P close is previous close. So we'll be seeing everything here, and as I mentioned earlier, there is no manual thing involved here. Everything will be updated automatically. So when the market will be running, so it updates for every few seconds, and you can see all the changes to this. So it is like a terminal in your mobile, so wherein you can create your own strategies. So you can see this. I just to brief you a few things. I have mentioned here OH. So what it means is that whenever a stock has made open high or open low, it will show me this. So probably you might be knowing about open high, open low. So for the guys who are not aware of this, let me explain that in a minute. So whenever a stock opens and make that particular as a opening price as a high of the day, then the stock is considered to be bearish, and hence you need to go with the and you can short that particular stock on that day. So similarly, when the stock moves, if that is the lowest point of the day, then the stock is considered as heavy bullish and you can buy that. So similarly, you can say this in this section, open high low. So this is an indicator which I have a screener which I have created. So you can see this today Apollo tires, this guy got opened at 175.5, and he made a high of 175.5. That means it is a kind of bearish stock, and I can take a call, selling call from it. So similarly, you can see here Jet Airways, it got opened at previously he closed at 40.35, and he opened at 38.35, but as it was a circuit today, so we couldn't have traded in that. So I'll just exclude that. Coming to the next one, LIC Housing Finance, you can see this. It got opened at 483, and the high made also was 483.55. And he closed at, I mean, he made a low of 472. So you can see here from here, almost the stock dropped at 11 rupees. So we can easily like say that it is following that strategy. So similarly, so this is just one of the strategies, and you can see here, if you just come to this column, yes, I have one more strategy wherein if the stock opens far from yesterday's close, it will show me as a gap up. So for example, I will show you here. Now it is ACC is showing gap up here. Yesterday it closed at 1496, and here it is opening at 1508. So that means it got opened 12 rupees higher than yesterday's price. So in this case, automatically the system says that this stock has opened higher, and it is having something, some news or some activity which is going to happen on that stock, and you can take a call. So generally when I say gap up, I personally follow 0.75% higher than yesterday's closing price, then I will consider that as gap up. So you can see here the next one is Oro Pharma. You can see here. So yesterday it got closed at 493.2, and today it opened 5 rupees upper at 498, and hence like it is a gap stock. Okay, so I hope that you understood all these basic things, like what we can do with this one. Now, after that, before just going and creating our own scanner, so let me just talk about these things. So these are the different parameters, all will be driven from the server itself. So the only thing what you need to is you need to have a Google account for that, and you can just get the volume also for the stocks. So you can see this is the volume, average volume compared to the previous sessions. Okay, so now with this basic knowledge, let's jump on to the next session, which is creating a scanner for yourself. Okay, so in order to start with a stock screener, so what we need to do is we need to open Google Chrome, and you can just search in for Google Drive. I'm doing that. So now this comes up, just click on the first one, Google Drive, and just say Google Drive. You go to Google Drive. So once this is done, you can just say hit new here on the left corner, and click Google Sheets. Okay, so now you can see that a new Google Sheet is being created. So now what you can do is this is just a one-time setup what you have to do, but after that, like you can just change it with whatever the stuff you want. So let's see now the few of the parameters. So I'll just bring in the data here. I have just typed it earlier so that it will be easy for me to show it up. Okay, so now let me paste here. So now these are the parameters. You can see this price is nothing but the last traded price, and the price open is the opening price of the stock, and high is the high made for the day for the stock, and similarly the low is low, and the closest is nothing but yesterday what price it got closed. Okay, similarly, changes with respect to yesterday's close, how much rupees the stocks is trading at, the difference. Okay, then comes a change PCT. Change PCT is nothing but change percentage, how much percentage it is trading at compared to yesterday's data or the closing price, and volume, and 52 week high is high 52, and 52 week low is low 52. So now let me show you creating how to do this. So the first one, I'll just take some any stock here. So let me pull the stock, which one I can. So let me say, for example, I'll say DLF. So once I write DLF, so you can see this how automatically the value gets popped in here. So now what you can do is just type in Google Finance, Google Finance. Okay, this is just a one-time setup as I mentioned earlier. So you need to uh, do it only once. So once you do that, it will be like forever with you, and no need of touching it again. So what you need to do is after typing Google Finance, just a bracket open, and you need to select this stock, comma, you want the value of this price, and just say close the bracket and say enter. Now you can see that it is loading, and you can see here it bought the price of DLF at 258.9. So similarly, I'll be doing this for the price open here. So what I'll be doing is uh, what I'm asking the tool here is to get me the open price of DLF. So you can see it is loading, and it comes here. So the price open price of DLF today was 258.4. Similarly, coming to the high thing here, so it is taking B2 here. Let me make it as A2 just to tell the system that I want it for DLF. So now you can see here high made of from DLF was 261.25 today. So similarly, let's see, let me say the low is 255. Okay, so closed yesterday. So what price it got closed yesterday? I will be making it as close edged, so it will be showing me that it closed at 257.1. Okay, so now with yesterday's closure and today's last traded price, we need the change. Automatically it tells us the change, how many rupees it got changed from yesterday's close. So what I'll do is I'll just do the same thing again. So don't worry, this is just one time setup. Once you do this, it will be forever, so no need to touch anything after that. However, like if you guys really need any help in creating your own sheets, you can anytime you can reach out to me. I can help you in creating this. Okay, so you can see here. Okay, let me go back and explain this. So change is so you can see this 1.8 it automatically showing. What it means is that the stock closed at 257.1 yesterday, and today it got closed at 258.9, which is the difference of this and this is 1.8, which is shown here. So the percentage will be like zero point 0.7. So now like let's not worry about these other parameters. So I will just quickly show you by putting any other stock here. Okay, so what I'll do is once it is done, I'll just copy paste this, and I'll say, okay, so I think need to make it, as we are copying, it is taking as B2, so let me correct that. So earlier what we saw is in Apollo tires we saw that we saw the stock made a high, open high. So let us work on that example. So let this be 3, and you can see the change happening here. Uh, A3 and B1. So I think Apollo tire, yes, should be removed. So one thing here, there is a particular symbol which the Google identifies. So you need to go with that exact symbol. So now I was typing yes, Apollo tires. So yes was not recognized by the system, and hence it threw an error. So now you can see here, I'm just working on this. Um, so just to tell you guys how exactly this works, and how we can create a strategy out of it. Okay, so now I will say E1. So this is done, low is done, and F1, and this is done. So I'll just make it a one time, and H1. So all the parameters are here now. So as I mentioned earlier, we can just make it so if the high and low are same for the stock, it should show here as something like whatever the stock is following. So let's check that thing here. So I'll say if um, I is equal to if I is equal to open price, then I'll say false. So now here I'll say here false and true. Okay, why it is not showing up? D3 equals to E3. Yeah, this is because we have taken D2 and C2, which is high and low, so which ideally should be um, C2 and D2. C2 and D2, right? C2 and D2. So this is for open and high. Now we'll be talking the other way. So let me make this as D E2 and C2. See, E2 will be my low. So hence it is showing as false. Now you can see here E3, and automatically it became true. So you can see this. So what it meant is the earlier screen what we saw there in Apollo tires. Whenever my uh, open and high are same, then automatically it is saying that it is true. That means open and high is same, so you can go ahead and short it. So similarly you can create it, and uh, it's a very easy thing to do. So you can go ahead and create it, but if you face any problems in creating it, please let me know. You can reach me at the trading game 335 at gmail.com. Okay, so you can reach me at this email ID, and I'll help you in case if you're stuck with something. And definitely, like one thing I want to make clear here, I'm not here to do any kind of advertisement or for money. I'm just doing it for helping the newcomers here. So totally no financial things involved here. I can just help you as on a humanity basis. So you can reach me here for any of your queries at this email ID. Okay, so with that, let me wrap up the session. But one request from me is just please make sure that you share the video, and you like it, and subscribe the channel so that you will reach my future videos on time. Okay, so until the next video, take care. See you soon. Bye bye.